Yo, what's good, y'all? Welcome back to another video. It's gonna be a great one as always. Let's get right into it.
This helicopter crash story in DC just got so weird. I am getting unconfirmed reports that people have tracked the helicopter coming from a CIA headquarters. Okay, that's one. I'm about to show you what happened on our live stream though. They were interviewing a witness to the crash. He started talking about strange white lights in the sky. They cut the interview. Check it out now. Let me know what you think. I think some orbs may have been involved in this. This is allegedly. Here's the video. You're a legend for that. Thank you, my friend. Yo, what up, Zach?
And they noticed the planes started having regular patterns, and they all kind of dispersed from the regular landing patterns. And then
a small passenger plane in Washington, D.C. has collided with a military helicopter, and they crash landed in the Potomac River. I heard something crazy, but I don't know if it's true. I'm gonna let y'all know after y'all see this video. Now, as I seen this video, I'm still not understanding how this happens. How do they collide like this? It's crazy to me. Look, boom. And then as you see, they crash landed in the Potomac River. Now, from what I heard, there was some of Trump elected officials on that military helicopter. But like I said, I don't know if that's true. I'm gonna keep y'all updated on that situation. As of right now, they did not report any casualties. But from what I just seen and what y'all just seen, that big boom, that's not a good sign. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this down below in the comments. Damn. So just a little update about the crash that happened in Washington, D.C. They say there were 60 passengers that were on that plane when it collided with a Black Hawk helicopter. As of right now, 19 of the 60 have been found in the water, and none of them are alive. So RIP to them. And they're saying most likely all 60 of the passengers are deceased. This is what Trump had to say about it. The same thing Donald Trump is thinking, I'm thinking, because this was not supposed to happen, especially in DC. Out of all places, DC. If this can happen in DC, Lord. He said the helicopter was going straight at the airplane for an extended period of time. I smell bullshit. Only thing he didn't do was send his condolence. So I'm sending my condolence to everyone who was affected by this tragic collision. This is very interesting too. Y'all think about it. And as always, let me know what y'all think about this down below in the comments. Make sure you heart this, show some love, share this, and send your condolence down below in the comments.
It's always something going on, man. That's sad though. It's so random. I don't know, but it's tough. Sorry that happened to them too, because some people is just probably just, going about their day. They didn't think nothing like that would happen. Simpsons never lied. It's in Washington, D.C. What?
In the Potomac River, runways have been shut down, departure landings have been halted at the DCA Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport near Washington, D.C.
A Black Hawk military helicopter just crashed into a 60-passenger American Airlines airplane, and this is what we know. This was declared a mass casualty event, and this happened over the Potomac River by the DCA airport. The helicopter had 3 soldiers on board, and it has been found upside down. 4 people have been pulled out of the river as the time I'm making this video, and rescue boats are working tirelessly to pull people out. The temperature of the water is 35 degrees, so this adds another dangerous component to this disaster. The air traffic control described what they saw, and this is what they said.
Command, the accident happened in the river. Both the helicopter and the plane crashed in the river. It's east of the approach end of runway 33. It was probably out in the middle of the river. I just saw a fireball and then it was just gone.
A controller is heard asking the helicopter, quoting here, Pat 25, do you have the CRJ in sight? In reference, of course, to the passenger aircraft. Tower, did you see that? Another pilot is heard calling seconds after the apparent collision. The tower immediately began diverting other aircraft from Reagan.
A Black Hawk military helicopter just crashed into a 60.
Get rid of frequencies and go airplane mode. Go ahead and get you some aluminum foil and grab your phone, add it to the aluminum foil. Basically, you're creating an airtight seal and you're making sure that no space exists. No space to where the frequencies can get into or leave the phone. Now, if you want to take this a step further, you can always double or triple wrap your phone and make sure you get all the sides to ensure that no signal can come in or leave this phone. Every evening you want to be doing this. You want to take all of your devices, actually, as well as your computer, and put it into the microwave. This is going to block those frequencies. You're going to sleep so much better when you start doing this on a regular basis. Unplug the Wi-Fi box and you have a recipe for good health success. Follow the protocols that we made you in the Health Bible to learn more. Everything that you need is available at jacobslink.com or hit the...
I wouldn't lie. Turn the TV off, turn off everything, put your phone in the other room. You get the best sleep ever, man. For real.
Flat Earth proof that might leave you questioning everything. The world's most powerful nations, who can't seem to agree on much, have somehow managed to unite over one thing: Antarctica. In 1959, they signed the Antarctic Treaty, and it's been unbroken ever since. Think about that. No land claims, no resource wars, no disputes, just complete cooperation. Suspicious yet? Here's where it gets stranger. Antarctica is essentially off limits. You can't just pack your bags and decide to explore it. Any visit must be scientifically approved and is tightly monitored. No free roaming, no casual expeditions, no exceptions. But why? What's so critical about a frozen, uninhabited continent that it needs this level of restriction? Now, consider this. Antarctica is vast, remote, and one of the least explored places on Earth. Despite that, it's locked down tighter than a vault. You can't freely fly over it, and sailing to its edges is practically impossible. Yet for over 60 years, no country has broken the treaty. Even in a world where nations are constantly clashing over territory and resources, Antarctica remains untouched. Doesn't that strike you as odd? Let's dive into history for a moment. Captain James Cook, one of the greatest explorers of his era, attempted to circumnavigate Antarctica 3 times. He traveled an estimated 60,000 miles along the icy perimeter, only to encounter an endless wall of ice. Here's a flat Earth proof that might leave you questioning.
A man can't treat a woman well until he's in tune with his subconscious mind. And a woman can't treat a man well until she's in tune with her conscious mind, because the feminine is in touch with the subconscious, the masculine is in touch with the conscious. So if you're a man and you're not available to your intuition, your emotional sensitivities to how you feel about an environment or a person, you're going to look at women like they're crazy because you don't know what operating system they're running off of. And if you're a woman not in tune with your conscious mind, you're going to look at men like they're crazy because they're too logical. So if you can bring yourself to the middle, to where you're in tune with both your conscious and your subconscious mind, you will be able to use both reason and intuition and become a balanced human being and be in touch with your opposite. And lots of women are unaccountable because they're not in tune with their conscious mind. For this reason, lots of men are emotionally out of touch because they're not in tune with their subconscious mind for this reason. So it takes a lot of work, but it's worth it, because when you attune to that state of balance, you have access to a vast array of intelligence, and you'll be able to contact all kinds of people where they're at and not just where you want them.
December 29th, 2/9/11. 3 plane accidents today on the 29th. It happens again. Never fly on a 11 day. You were warned. Over and over. It's not good to fly on an 11 day. That's creepy.
name is Gary the Numbers Guy. I'm a numerologist, astrologer, and the information you hear in this video just could save the life of a loved one or yourself. Ever since I started studying numerology right after 9/11, it got me to thinking, is there a pattern to this? And what I discovered is absolutely horrifying. Whenever it's the 11th, the 29th, or any day that adds up to an 11, there seems to be a lot of plane crashes in the world. Basically, if you're going to get on the plane on the 11th, 29th, or any day that adds up to an 11, or say when the flight number adds up to an 11, things go wrong.
That's interesting.
Human is hue-man. Hue is an attribute of a color. Color is light. Hue is light. Man is manifested. We are light manifested in physical form. We are holographic electromagnetic beings. Heart rearranged is earth. The heart chakra is green and the earth is green. And the sky is blue and the throat chakra is blue. You're not a body inside of a universe. You are the universe experiencing itself, a microcosm form. Nothing is separate from you. You are all things. Religion has just externalized these teachings. Human is hue-man. Human is hue-man.
Message for the day.
They gon' hate cause they see you shine. But don't let them stop your shine, because they don't know about them dark days. So just let them keep hating and keep shining. And get your mind right. Big motion, no motion. They go.
Hey, real man talking.
Spiritual solitude is a huge component in self-evolution. And when you want to evolve, or you are evolving, regardless if you want to or not, like someone like myself, who is developing clairvoyant abilities by the age of 20, because that's my genetic disposition as a Caribbean person, it comes to you. And you have to accept it. It says in many books, many esoterics, that it's going to come to a point where you're not going to relate to people anymore. People are not going to relate to you. And the things that you used to share your time with, or anything, whether it be the parties, girl, the men I was with, the friends I used to be friends with, they didn't relate to it anymore. So it was a time where I had to have solitude and force myself into solitude. Because I wouldn't try to play myself. If something wasn't right for me, I couldn't force myself in it. My body was rejecting it, my mind was rejecting it, my spirit was rejecting it. So I had to be alone. Spiritual solitude.
Hey, sometimes it's good to be alone. You learn more about yourself too. Not gonna lie. Hopes. You come up with the best ideas when you're alone. I can't believe the National Geographic admitted this about parasites.
I was really shocked when I found out that this is something that affects every single living human, in fact every single living organism on the face of the earth. You could be leading a healthy lifestyle, you could be jogging, eating raw food, taking vitamins and all those kind of things, but these guys don't care. These guys are persistent, they're dangerous, they're deadly, they've been around for millions of years, they know what they're doing, and they're inside of all of us, and we're constantly being exposed to this going on. It's going on inside every one of us, and this is something that we all need to take very seriously.
This is not science fiction. This is scary, it's real, and it's serious. Monsters living inside us, they eat our bodies and control our emotions, urges, and thoughts.
As a colon hydrotherapist for approximately 21 years now, you wouldn't believe what I see coming out of people's bodies.
This is not just a third world country thing. Everybody has them. Even normal people with lots of money living in suburbia who take showers 3 times a day. If you eat sushi, you have parasites. 1 square inch of raw sushi meat can contain 10,000 parasite larvae and eggs that begin hatching inside you the minute you eat it. The most common kind is tapeworms, which can grow to 60 feet long and live in your intestines for decades. If you have pets, you are guaranteed to have parasites. It doesn't matter if you're vegetarian, raw foodist, vegan, or macrobiotic. Even the healthiest and richest people on earth have parasites. You can't kill them all, only control them, because our bodies have trillions of cells which rely on helpful bacteria like probiotics to work right.
Yo, have y'all seen I don't know if you guys seen the telescope videos. Yeah, zoom in up on a chip and you see all type of parasite, man. We got so many parasites in our bodies, man. We don't even know. I feel like this is like its own entity. They got their own universe, right?
Technologies such as bells, which would send out resonant frequencies into the community beyond. So many photos of bells being rounded up all over Europe. We're living in a time where we're waking up to what we so recently had.
Organ is a healing machine. That's why it was integral to the construction of ancient Gothic cathedrals, was the centerpiece. Now, around the building, up, down, around, beneath, you had pipes and essentially speakers.
They place these beautiful organs under these stained glass windows, which are treated with lead and specific properties, and these they work like car speakers. They augment the resonance and the sound out into the ether outside, so everyone outside in the community is invigorated, is on a higher state of consciousness, literally being the best they can. And you can see it in the pictures of these people in the day. Everyone is healthy.
Live, authentic pipe organ performance will tell you your bones rattle, your organs start to respond, your hairs on the back of your neck stand up. Sit there and saturate in the healing frequencies yourself. Cathedrals are something beyond just a center for worship. They are healing machines. And the pipe organ of the cathedral is just one tiny little finger of this whole realm that we're talking about.
You've got star forts, which I call a gateway topic because the same structure exists all over the earth, have been given to us as fortifications that were built for these different wars, which made them military targets, and they have an excuse for why it was destroyed.
If you look at photos of even the buildings that still exist of the old world, they always give a backstory for why they took them down, but it's just curious why so many towers are missing now. And so Pioneer Square is one of those examples. And this was built in the immediate aftermath of the fire in 1889. Is curious because it appears on a real estate map from before the fire in a fully and intact form.
In order for stone to burn down, it has to reach 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit. House fire reaches the temperature of 1,000 degrees. That's half.
This is exactly why my fireplace right here is made of brick and stone, because it doesn't melt. Forest fires are going to be melting brick and stone. Use your head, guys.
As they are busy dismantling it in the 3D reality that we experience, it was part of a program to dismantle the old world. Old world technologies such as...
It just seemed like the old world had all the frequencies and all that, man, like that benefited the people. Nowadays, it's like everything is just out to kill us, you know? So I'm looking up, does brick catch on fire? Right? And I'm looking at it. But bricks are basically resistant to fire. But a long period of time, it can, you know, eventually weaken the brick. But why won't they just build homes out of bricks instead of wood? Or would that even hold? I don't know where I'm going with this. I don't know. Excuse me. I had to do a little research, okay? Let me, it says, all right, let me read this. It says, even though bricks are non-flammable, brick houses can still burn down because most homes are constructed using materials other than just brick. So if the interior of the house or whatever was built out of brick, it probably wouldn't burn down. Dang, that's tough. It's like they just want to kill us. Cat Women's back at it again.
Much too hard on ourselves.
Oh yeah,
You know?
I feel that all the time, man.
Yeah,
I feel like I don't know any other way to be almost sometimes. Like not in a bad way, but it's this constant sentence. You know, like you gotta. I feel like there's always been this to-do list that I don't even make, and it's just always been there. Does that make any sense to you?
Yeah.
That's how I feel all the time.
Right.
Like, I gotta do, you know, still have to prove it, you know, a constant of approving.
All winners have that disease.
Fifth dimension explained.
Do the exercise
We're going to say rock star to ourselves without opening our mouths, without saying anything outside. We're going to say this to ourselves. We're going to say rock star to ourselves. Don't say it out loud at the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now the question to ask, if you've said rock star in your mind, the question to ask is, what voice is that? What voice is that? What voice just spoke? You just said rock star without moving your mouth at all. On top of that, you on top of saying rock star, you heard yourself say rock star. How can you hear yourself say rock star and no vibration of sound has happened? See, this puts a different perspective on what sound actually is. And what memory is. Memory's not in the brain, memory's in the soul. The only thing you take with you after this life is your memories or your knowledge, your experiences. That's the only thing you take. Unless you study Egypt culture, they believe you can take all this stuff with you on the other side. Just as a side note. But if you said rock star in your mind or in your being is the true answer, is the true statement. In your being, what was that voice? What was the voice that spoke and then you heard yourself speaking? But these ears did not hear you say anything because your mouth didn't move. So the ears didn't hear it, the mouth did not move, but you spoke and you heard yourself speaking. If you close your eyes, you can see this better. If you close your eyes and put this image in another sight, if you close your eyes, you can still see this. What is the sight that can see your future? These two eyes don't see the future. These two eyes don't see the past. Yet, you can see your past and you can see your future. You can actually see your past. What is the sight that can see beyond time? Don't give it away. What is this? Is an ancient meditation. This is an ancient meditation that I am not the flesh. I am the energy, the consciousness, the being in the flesh. And this is proof. This is no faith. This is not religion. This is actual fact. You can speak without moving your mouth. You can hear without ears. You can see without eyes. So what happens when these eyes, this mouth, and this ear drops off into the grave? These other senses are all you're left with. Death is an illusion. Once you realize this, you live your life more courageously. Now, no one wants to die before their time, so you try to protect yourself. But know that this body is the limitation of you. It is not your zenith. It is not your ultimate. Your ultimate is that voice that just said rockstar.
Fifth Dimension Explained.
That is so dope, man.
Hey guys, so let's talk about this purge, because I keep hearing people talking about the purge, right? They changed the meaning of the purge. Purge means to cleanse, right? But you know, people like to change dialogue or information to suit whatever they're trying to do, right? Now, pay attention to this, guys, because I just got a download this morning. The download is letting me know is that it's not just going to start with the Mongolians and the Spaniards. This stuff is starting at the top and it's going to go to the bottom. So if y'all don't know what the top is, that's Mexico, Texas, New Mexico, Arizona. You have Louisiana, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, Tennessee, and Florida. That's north. So this stuff is going to go down, but the way it's going to go, y'all going to least expect it. Pay attention to this. Alrighty, guys. So I went and looked up the word purge. It says read someone or something of an unwanted quality, condition, or feelings, right? Read the second one. It says remove a group of people considered undesirable from an organization or place in an abrupt or violent way. Then we go down where it says those are the verbs. Now this is the nouns. Listen. An abrupt or violent removal of a group of people. A laxative is the second one, right? What I want you guys to understand is that what's going on right now is the purge, but the purge is not what you was expecting it to be. See, if you notice, they was targeting a certain cultural people. But if you notice, the people that they targeted is not the people that they're purging the land from, is it? So guys, the download ain't gonna just stop with who you think it is. Even if they put a border up, what they fail to realize, they have to go back to where they came from. They didn't come from Mexico. They did not come from Germany, Russia, none of that. They came from the mountains. And see, that's the part y'all missing. Even a lot of these Caucasians that do not sit well with the universal laws. We're not doing man-made laws. All these laws that on this land right now are man-made. They came over here and created their heaven on our heaven. And so now everything is going back to its original state. Y'all remember the movie Jumanji? Similar situation. When they kept rolling the dice and stuff started to appear. But once somebody actually reached the end, which that's where we are now, they get what? Jumanji. What happened? Everything started going back to its original. But it's going to get destroyed in the same sense. So listen to what I'm saying. They're going to try to tear this place up before they leave out. And as soon as they do that, y'all ain't seen hell from the universe like you're going to see hell going through these people. Because they're going to attempt to tear up this world. Because they mad because they don't own it and they don't belong on it. It's sad to say, but guys, we see in the end, and a lot of you guys are not understanding what's going on because Trump is white and all this stuff, but y'all, and they talking about making America great again. We don't know what his definition of making America great again. It's just that they took on whatever their perception was of making America great again. This man don't want to deal with the stuff that's going on. Pay attention. Russia done told y'all that the people of this world is black, right? He showed you pictures. For you guys that don't understand what what's his name, Elon Musk did, Germany know who the people are. Go back and do your history or your research on Hitler. He knew exactly what he was doing, right? Now Trump is finna reveal who the real people of this land is. And y'all not paying attention to that. Y'all paying attention to everything else. And what y'all not paying attention to, he's revealing who we are. Y'all missed the bigger picture because you too busy looking at the smaller. You just looking at snippets. Open your eyes, people. Open your eyes. Trump is finna reveal who we are. That's why everybody mad. That part. Hey guys.
Seems like it's making sense, I'm not gonna lie. And I do like the fact that she said they build a heaven on top of our heaven. And that's real. They build a heaven on top of our heaven, you know? And she right. It has to be a purge, man. You know, the universe is definitely, the planet is gonna definitely fight back. Even to the point I feel like it's gonna help us, you know. But at the end of the day, this planet doesn't belong to them at all.
I just left the doctor's office. I went to get a checkup because I've been off of Ozempic for 2 months now, and I just wanted to see if my body was in better condition, if there were any permanent damages. Kind of in shock right now because I wasn't expecting this, but I guess Ozempic can cause bone density loss, and I didn't think that that would happen to me because I was only on it for a year. But I have significant bone loss. I have osteoporosis and osteopenia, so that I don't know, there's like several of them that I have. I wasn't expecting that, but that's what happens if you use Ozempic for weight loss and you lose too much weight.
Welcome to the 82nd Golden Globes, Ozempic's biggest night.
I just left the doctor's office.
What? So is this what these celebrities are using? Yo, people gotta just be happy with themselves, you know? And stop trying to find the easy way out. Like, you know, like if you got overweight, come on, work it off. You don't gotta use, you know, just cheating. They don't even want to go through the real journey of losing weight. Like,
when it comes to possession, you need to really understand the 3 levels of consciousness that we experience. Also, I highly recommend you study these things, demonology. And I would never invite that into my life. Oh, look who, demonology of King James. Yeah, you recognize that name? Now, like I've said before, I'm not religious, but I understand that the truth is in many religions, and even the earliest Christians knew that the Bible was parables and fables of the human body, and head being heaven, hell being hell. That's why we say you have to raise your vibration to get into heaven. 144,000 go to heaven. It's a frequency. Understanding your torus field and how it creates pressure that simulates this high pressure field that goes around you. Now, when you lower your frequency, this high pressure dissipates. So basically, you have your equilibrium. This is your body, and you have this a low pressure and high pressure, and it creates this field, this torus field, torso field, or the tortoise shell. How a tortoise is protected by its shield. The Apostle Paul said, "It is no longer I who lives in here, but the Christ within me," because when you get into meditation and you lift yourself over the thoughts of the carnal mind, you raise yourself into the blissful nothingness of nirvana, and that is where you become one with God. I am not this body. I am an extension. I am an expression of my soul, just as I am an extension of Yahweh, Source, God. It's not that I am God. I am an extension of God and God's expression. This is why it's important for you to raise your vibration. Now, I know you've heard the term as above, so below, as within, so without. Just how you can raise your frequency and let what is divine work through you, you can lower your frequency and let things that are negative also work through you. And the more you start to meditate, you actually start to experience and sense these things that are around you. So your pineal gland, your third eye, it's like that for a reason. It's because you can sense things. You ever go near someone and you get a bad vibe, like you just don't know what it is. You get a bad feeling in your gut that something's going to happen, and it happens. That is the power of your third eye. Our third eye is calcified so much to the point that we are unable to sense these things. We can't sense the presence of these entities. And I know some of you probably can, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. And that's why when it comes to alcohol, you notice how alcohol is being played to our youth, and how drinking alcohol is such a fun activity, but it's even deeper. Because if you know where the term alcohol comes from, it's derived from a Hebrew word that literally means to devour one's soul. Another reason why they call drinks spirits or booze, and it's because when you lower your vibrational frequency, you disrupt your high pressure field that protects you, and it allows you to black out and become possessed. Oh, I don't remember anything from last night. It is actually a lot deeper than you realize. When I had left my body for the first time and I saw an entity, I understood the rules. And this is why I do what I do. When it comes to possession, you need to really understand.
So this technique, it basically obliterates the mind. You get a chance to see how it feels to exist with no mind. You actually become enlightened. So this is the technique, and this is just a precaution. I want you to do this technique in a place that is safe. Stay away from sharp objects. Stay away from anything that is precarious. Remember, your mind will detach, and I don't want you hurting yourself. This is what I want you to do now. I want you to breathe in. And once you breathe in, I want you to hold it. So this is what I want you to do. You breathe in, hold it, and go down. Hold that same breath and go down. And keep holding it, keep holding it, keep holding it. Go as low as you can go. Keep holding it, keep holding it, keep holding it, keep holding it. And as you keep holding it, basically, by staying in this position, you're basically commanding your body to open up all the centers that lead to your brain and so forth. And by you holding in that breath, you're basically pushing all of the channels of energy to your higher chakras. So that is why it's pivotal that you hold in your breath as you do this motion. And all you have to do is wait for your body to enter no mind. And it's that simple. Try it right now. You hold in your breath. Of course, I don't want to do it in this video because I might fall. It don't matter. Let me show you. Just now, you probably won't believe me, but I left my body. You know what I'm saying? So, try this technique out. Holding your breath. Just wait for it, guys, and it will happen. You will enter no mind. And this is something that is great for the body because once you shut off your mind, you actually get to relax your body. You actually get to relax yourself. And just so you know, I could have fell down, but I just decided to be in the squat, you know what I'm saying? But when you're in that position, just let your body do what it wants to do. So you might want to lay on a bed or anything that you feel comfortable with. But as you stay in this pose, go as low as you can go, hold in that breath, and just wait, and it will happen. It takes about 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, and it kicks in.
I don't know. I'm gonna try it. See what it's about. See, I'll check it out.
There is a very terrifying and dark secret about McDonald's that they do not want you to know. Now, before I get into this, I just need to say that this video is for entertainment purposes only. This is just one wild conspiracy theory, guys. Now, this symbol looks pretty familiar now, doesn't it? But what most people don't know is that this is a sigil from the Book of Black Magic. Now, in magical or occult context, a sigil is a symbol that is created with the intent of manifesting a certain desire or outcome. Ray Kroc, the founder of McDonald's, was a 33rd degree Freemason and one of the members of the Satanic Church. Now, you guys remember the disturbing reports a few years back about human meat found in McDonald's meat factories? Now, what you're about to hear is a supposed interview with one of the Zionist elites who are a part of this whole black magic, Kabbalion, satanic ritual agenda bullshit that's going on in the world. And you guys can decide for yourself.
McDonald's is one of our favorite outlets, and the people, they eat it for breakfast, they eat it, their children for lunch. That's very interesting.
Now, when this whole scandal was going on, all of the fact checkers were saying, oh, this is false and all this stuff, but this dude that worked for the FBI, his name is Lloyd Harrison, and he said that they found human meat in 90% of the locations and horse meat was found in 65% of the locations. And right here, he says that the worst part is that it's not only human meat, it's child meat. And what this dude was saying in the interview is all these children that go missing before Passover happens. In that interview, he's like, we tell you guys these things right to your face and you still don't believe it. The majority of people that see this are still going to be in the McDonald's drive-thru today because y'all are under a spell. Either way, stay away from restaurants like this, guys. They're quite literally draining your spiritual and physical energy. And we will take back our power and eliminate these parasites from this world. Peace and love.
All the restaurants are black magic. All of them. They use black magic. Even down to the colors they use, right?
Well, now I done seen everything. Apparently, Native Americans might not be American citizens. And this is according to the latest news from multiple news outlets. You can Google it yourself. But essentially, there's the group of people that are trying to do whatever they're trying to do. And the first point of attack is to illegitimize Native Americans from being Americans. So yeah, there's that. And happy Friday or something. Well, now I done seen everything.
So this is shocking that our phones are doing that we had no idea it was doing, and it's doing it as we speak, literally as I'm recording this video. It is doing it. Yours is doing it too. It is shocking. Optogenetics. Do you know what this is? It's a biological technique to control the activity of neurons or other cell types with light. Now watch this. So this guy has a special camera that can film. It's a night vision camera. And this woman's on her phone. This is the name of the camera, by the way. And our phones, this isn't like a hidden secret. They give off infrared, at least the new ones, flash infrared light consistently, constantly at your face. And it's like mapping your face, or it's, the official reason is that it's so that your phone will adjust the brightness. If you're not looking at it, it'll just turn the brightness down, save battery or whatever. But he goes into a public street in a moment and he starts filming. Now, optogenetics is the manipulation, modification, and control of your cells and neurons with light. So here's a guy in public, and there you can see the light going off. These flashes of light can turn on and off the function of cells. So this kind of reminds me of They Live, because it's like you don't even know this is going on, that your face is being flashed with this, optogenetically modifying things. And this is happening right now. Is this a form of mind or thought control when you turn on and off the function of cells in your freaking brain because you're looking at a damn phone that's flashing your eyeballs with this stuff? So this is shocking.
That is strange. Actually, when you pick the camera up to another, like if you record your phone, you can actually see it, and it would blink. Usually, it would blink. Let me see. So I'll turn it on. Maybe if it see, it does that. I don't know, man. That's crazy, and you can't see it unless you put it into like another camera. So that's pretty strange.
Yo, check this out.
What is doublespeak?
Doublespeak is language designed to evade responsibility, make the unpleasant appear pleasant, the unattractive appear attractive. Basically, it's language that pretends to communicate but really doesn't. It is language designed to mislead while pretending not to.
Is it done consciously?
Oh, yes, very consciously. Doublespeak is not a slip of the tongue or a mistaken use of language. It's exactly the opposite. It is language used by people who are very intelligent and very sophisticated in the use of language and know that you can do an awful lot with language.
Who's the worst offender?
In sheer bulk?
Yes.
Sheer numbers of examples? The government. If we count government from the local level all the way up to the federal level, I had to stop writing the chapter on government doublespeak. It was going to take over the whole book. But interestingly enough, and this was a revelation in doing the book, about a half a step behind comes business with a tremendous amount of doublespeak.
Yo, check this out.
What is doublespeak?
Stop tweaking about life for a second and look at this image. You are literally a single cell that is wearing armor and grew a lot. Your whole brain, your spinal column, is this, but bigger. You added some meat. And we walk around our whole lives thinking that we are the meat. This stuff, it's all temporary. It's all rented. Our payment is time. So more than anything, this is a call for people to stop reducing God to a single book. Because you think the infinite is going to just be in a single book. Yes, it can tell you about that, but you can't even think about what the infinite is. We can't even think about what we are. And when you figure out what you are, you will figure out what God is. Stop tweaking about life for a second and look.
Crazy, and some people be having the biggest egos, man. You know, I get it. You can get caught up in like this third dimension, but that person you looking at, it's not really you. That's why the only time you can see yourself is through a reflection. That's the only time you can see yourself. That's how you know that's not really you.
Okay, so there is a CIA document that not only talks about telekinesis being real and how people can literally create their own gravitational field to bend time wizards, and not only do they relate it to molecular biology, but they connect it all back to this little known force, the fourth state of matter, called plasma. which is my favorite subject. Check out my plasma intelligence playlist for more. Okay, here we go. Deep dive. Proving humans are magic. All of us. This paper says it. Okay, I'll link this paper. So they study telepathy, the apport technique, which I'll definitely make a video about, and psychokinesis, which is also called telekinesis. What is that? Psychokinesis is called telekinesis, which is the ability to influence animate or inanimate objects at a distance without physical contact by means of uncontrolled or controlled biological energy fields. Basically, it means humans can float stuff and move stuff. Now, they were researching this, the CIA, because they were scared of Russia doing some warfare on us. Totally get it. But in the process, they have prove that all humans are magic. They literally state in this paper that it's not just psychic people, anyone can learn to do this. So let's learn. This paper is on the gifted individuals, but they go on to say that anyone can learn it. Okay, here's where plasma comes in. A little bit about plasma. It's known as the okay, so there is a
Now that is strange. They actually have you know, a document that shows that we have superpowers, basically.
So we all know that Trump started his mass deportation. A lot of people spoke out on it, even some celebrities. One being Selena Gomez. She made a video crying saying she was sorry. I seen a lot of mixed responses like, this was cringe. She's an actor. And then people on the other hand were saying they feel so sorry for her and they feel her pain. If you haven't seen the video, it's right here. And let me know down below in the comments. Was she genuine? I think she was.
Just want to say that I feel sorry. So many people are getting attacked. The children.
It is a sad situation, y'all.
I don't understand.
So after this video went viral, a guy named Sam Parker, who's a Senate, also went viral. Not because he made a video like this, he made a post going on Selena Gomez. Y'all look. I'm not gonna read what it say. Y'all can read it. You can pause it, rewatch it, do whatever you want. But he wild as fuck. So Selena Gomez responded to him by saying this. Oh, Mr. Parker, thanks for the laugh and the threat. I don't know why this blowing up so much. They talking about clapback. How was that a clapback? Y'all let me know down below in the comments. So we
Trump is not playing no games, man. He on bullcrap. YouTube, this is for educational purpose only. Not, don't mess with the video. This is educational purpose only. Let's get into it.
Because to them, you're a cockroach. Let me digress for a moment and talk about the horrifying videos that you've seen of people who suddenly die by planking, by just falling over in one piece. Typically, they either look around in perplexity because they're obviously hearing and experiencing something and they're looking for the source, or they don't do that, but they just suddenly die in one piece. It's the mother walking the baby in the baby stroller. It's the guy buying food at the fast food window. It's the person walking down the street. It's the Arab diplomat speaking to a bunch of poobahs, and as he turns around to celebrate somebody, he simply falls over backward in one piece. Well, I'm a doctor, and let me tell you that people don't die by falling over in one piece. There's only one way for that to happen, and I've made a video called A New Way to Die, speculating. And these are not the people, we're talking about people who die of blood clots and heart attacks and so on. These are the people who die this way, in one solid piece. Now, my speculation is that they are experiments, because we are just cockroaches or lab rats to the great ones who see themselves. Because to them, you're a
I don't know if that's 6G doing that, but whatever they're using to do that is strange. What the heck?
Blow your mind.
The Matrix isn't controlled by some shadowy elite group, a secret government, or aliens. The Matrix is way smarter than that. It's a system of control that you, unwillingly and unknowingly, help power every single day. But don't worry, you're about to unplug. The Matrix isn't a single entity pulling strings in the background. It's a system, an illusion, a game, built on fear, scarcity, and separation. It thrives on getting you to believe that the world is random, chaotic, and that you're powerless. Governments, corporations, media, they're just the middlemen playing their part to keep you distracted. But here's the twist. The Matrix doesn't exist without your permission. You are the battery that powers it. Here's the kicker. Every time you buy into fear, every time you let self-doubt win, every time you think, I'm not enough, or this is just the way life is, you're feeding the system. You're creating the very reality you want to escape from. The Matrix isn't controlling you. You're co-creating it by playing along with the illusion. Ready to break the game? Let's glitch the system right now. Close your eyes.
No.
And think of one fear or limitation you believed about yourself. Maybe it's, I'll never be successful, or I don't deserve love. Now ask yourself, who told me this? Did you learn it from your family? Society? The news? Open your eyes. Here's the truth. That belief isn't yours. It's programming. Now let's rewrite it. Say out loud, I release this story. It no longer serves me. I create my own truth. Feel that? That's the Matrix losing its grip. What the Matrix doesn't want you to know. The Matrix knows one thing. If you wake up to the fact that you are the creator of your reality, it's game over. That's why it bombards you with fear through news, social media, and even well-meaning people who say the world is scary and you need saving. But here's the cosmic truth. You don't need saving. You're not broken. You're the dreamer of this entire experience. And the moment you realize that, the illusion starts to crumble. You've been taught to look outside yourself for answers to governments, religions, or even gurus. But the power isn't out there. It's in here. In here.
Indeed.
The Matrix doesn't control you. You control it. Every thought, every belief, every moment of love or fear sends a ripple into the dream. So the question isn't who controls the Matrix. It's what reality are you creating? And seriously, let's take a moment to laugh at the idea of the Matrix needing shadowy figures to control you. The real trick is getting you to control yourself through fear. It's like giving you the remote control and convincing you to stay on the channel with endless commercials. Newsflash.
Gonna happen, I'm paranoid, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna tell you like this. This is where I'm working, okay? I'll read that. This is where I'm working right now. The man who owns that company, I'll say Elon Tusk. You know, y'all know Elon Tusk. Find the rhyme, the rhythm. He has us working 12-hour shifts, 7 days a week. I'm an electrician. I wire up all the machinery that they're using to build the trucks. I'm wiring up all the machinery that they are using to build these robots, okay? We are working 12 hours, 7 days a week. I have worked for TikTok. I have worked for Amazon. I have worked for Samsung. I have worked for Fortune 500 companies all year. Nobody is pushing their people like this, okay? 12-hour shifts. He is trying to complete this for something. I promise you, bro, as soon as these robots go online, it will kill 80% of the job force. All you people who are driving trucks, in restaurants, who don't think this can happen in Japan, they already have robots serving tables. They already have nurses that are being robotically projected from monitors to help patients. Your job is not safe, okay? 80% of the workforce will be killed by these robots. As soon as he puts these AIs inside of these robots, I promise you, bro, they will think, be smarter, faster, and they do not need to sleep, bro. We call it.
This guy's an engineer.
Seem like they doing him wrong. That's what it seemed like. Or whoever is working for Elon Musk, whatever. I guess that's what it looked like. We're where we head into robots taking over jobs and stuff. Like, I don't know. I just feel like eventually, at some point, that their robots is going to work against them. I don't know. That's just my theory.
It is now 89 seconds to midnight. This is the closest the world has ever been to midnight. Any move towards midnight should be taken as an indication of extreme danger and an unmistakable.
Do you guys find this strange how the Doomsday Clock comes out the same day that this new AI called DeepSeek, who surpasses ChatGPT on all levels, right? And who's also much cheaper by millions, I believe, right? And then the same day we have the Doomsday Clock come out. And then I caught this on the video, y'all. AI technology, climate change, and nuclear weapons were listed as the top threats to humanity. And then this AI is called DeepSeek. Y'all remember in the movie The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? In the movie Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, there was a supercomputer that was created by a race of ancient superior being. And they left deep thought down to the humans, and its sole purpose was to calculate the answer to life, which it told us was 42. Do you guys not see this? Deep thought, DeepSeek. This is a whale. This too looks like a whale. Do you guys see that? Deep thought, the whale, Free Willy. So now with 89 seconds to midnight, we just upgraded or ascended to a brand new super intelligent computer, which is one of the threats to humanity, excuse me. What do you think is going to happen now? I told y'all things are going to get a lot more interesting, y'all. Let me know down in the comments below.
You know what the pineal gland is?
No.
It produces DMT, which is the base compound for our serum. Basically, nobody knows why, but the moment you die, right then, your brain just floods your system with this massive blast of DMT, which is the most potent psychedelic on the planet. And when you think you're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, or the Blessed Virgin Mary, did I do that the wrong way? Anyway, it's just a big trip that you're having, really. It's all it is.
I disagree.
Oh, you disagree, really? We've had this discussion before.
Yeah, I just think that you can't discount every near-death experience based on one theory.
Of course, but if you're going to make a bet, why not bet on a scientific theory as opposed to, you know, St. Peter and the pearly white gates?
Why?
Because one is empirical and one is, you know, I mean, it's a cute story, but it's...
No, it's not. I mean, whatever you want to call it, the soul, consciousness, it's just neural impulses firing in your brain, right? That makes it energy. Energy can't be created or destroyed. It can just be transformed from one thing to another. So that's not superstition, that's science.
So what's your theory?
I think maybe when we die, the DMT is there to help our souls move on, to get them wherever they're supposed to be. You know, open the door for them.
So the DMT is like a doorman who is like, here's life, here's death. I'm going to open this up and kind of usher you through.
Maybe.
And you give him a tip.
I just think it's arrogant to reduce everything that happens at the moment of death to one chemical equation. The fact is we just don't know.
Yeah. You know what the pineal gland is?
I found it so, like, interesting how they put this stuff in the movies. Like, somebody directed that movie and told them to say this certain thing, you know. You have to remember the line, and, you know, they put the truth in their movies, man, all the time. Just when you thought it was just a movie.
To unlock your chakras. How to unlock your chakras. I want you to start saying these chants to activate and unlock your chakras. For your root chakra, say, I am here, I am safe, and I am now. For your sacral chakra, say, I am worthy. I am a work of art. I allow my inner self to be seen and expressed. For your solar plexus chakra, say, I have a purpose here on earth. I have the strength, I have the confidence, and the life energy I need to fulfill my purpose. For your heart chakra, I want you to say, I love myself unconditionally. I open my heart with compassion and unconditional love to all beings on this earth. For your throat chakra, what I say matters. I want you to chant, what I say matters. I give my voice truth and inner wisdom. For your third eye chakra, press on it and say, I see clearly as the obstacles of my ego fall away. I trust my intuitive knowing. For your crown chakra, this is what I want you to say. How to unlock.
Your toxic family hates you, but needs you. You put out a positive energy, and if you're raised in a toxic family, it puts people off. They don't know why they don't like you. They just don't like you. And it's because of that loving energy that you're putting out. That's how your family is. No matter what they did to you, if they need something and know that you can provide it, here they come. Usually, it's the black sheep in the family that really sees things differently in the family. You don't go along with the toxicity. You see that there's a problem here. So the family, just kind of outcast you. You don't owe them anything, but you want to follow your heart, but you also want to follow your better judgment. If your life is happy and peaceful right now, and you know that if this woman comes into your house, it's going to be chaotic, then say no and let it go. You're a toxic family.
As we talk about planets, I hear a lot of people talking about Saturn and why celebrities keep talking about Saturn and that Saturn represents Satan. It doesn't represent Satan. It represents a binding. Saturn, karma. We are bound by our karma in this place. We are bound in a way that most people don't seem to understand. Right? We are bound. So we're not leaving this place because of those binds. Right? It's not about the devil. It's not about Satan. It's about a time loop that traps us somewhere that doesn't allow us to escape. And let me also make this point. Part of how we are bound is by using our collective will to support things that do not feed us. And when someone does something nasty with your will, who do you think pays the price? That's how the elites get away with everything that they do, because they do it with your will. They do it with your will. That's why I was like, y'all shouldn't be voting. You shouldn't even be participating in it. Why? Because through participating in it, you give them your will. Now, what they do with your will trap you in your bloodline, not them. If you guys notice, when Obama was president, he was bombing so many countries, right? And last year, or not last year, the year before last, when everything out east started, I remember him saying we all have blood on our hands. Excuse me? What he meant was by voting for him, you were responsible for everything that he did because you gave your power for him to do it, right? Y'all don't seem to understand how they have us bound here through karma. We're not leaving this place. You're not escaping this place. You're stuck in a loop, a reincarnation loop, because of karma. That's what's keeping you here. As we talk about planets, I hear a lot of people talk.
If you wash your hair with shampoo, watch this to the end.
Will bathe themselves in poison. So people will put cancer-causing creams all over their body to prevent skin cancer. They'll put shampoos and cream rinses and other things in their hair without knowing enough to look at the labels and go, half a dozen of the things in here are on the list for further study for causing cancer, for causing neurological diseases. We put automatic poison dispensers in our homes. You plug them into the wall and to make your room smell better, because we have the idea that if the room doesn't smell good, putting another chemical on top of the one that didn't smell good somehow makes it healthier for us. So we are so overloaded with poisons. If we can't get rid of all the toxicity in our body, and we've got toxicity and poisons coming in all the time, and the foods that we're eating don't supply the nutrients they're supposed to support the body's ability but to both do its job and to help the kidneys and liver, which are our main detox agents, to do their job, or detox organs, what ends up happening? Neurological diseases, because the poisons build up. Cancer, because the immune system is depressed. Major emotional problems because of overloads of different poisons and not enough different nutrients. And so we are causing the vast majority, if not all, of the cancer that we're having to treat.
If you wash your hair,
You know, all I gotta say is, whoever is running this system, they are a genius and they are a good liar. I'm not gonna lie, like they are some good liars, top tier liars, man. They got the whole world fooled. It's crazy.
You can list the fucked up things that have happened in your life, and you can put that on a list, and you somehow made it past all of this to be in a position where you can still go make some stuff happen. That's what you have in common with every hero of every story, of every autobiography, of every... Wow. Is how much happened to you that should have broke you, that did not break you, so that you were able to then fucking ride. Amen. Amen.
The China New Year celebration was insane. Now, if I was over there with the foreign exotic czar, I would have been high as hell tweaking. I would have looked up and seen that shit. I would have been scared as hell. They got real dragons in real life, nigga. What the fuck? We don't got this shit in America. This was lit. The China New Year.
A small passenger plane in Washington, D.C.
I want to eat to live. I don't want to live to eat. I want to eat to live. You know, besides staying in shape and doing calisthenics in the park, breathing outside and stuff, but the diet is the most, it's the most important thing that I can stick to every day. You know, like I don't eat red meat. I don't eat chicken no more. Watching how they treat chickens on the internet, and it just threw me off. Like I stopped eating chicken like maybe 6 years ago.
Wow.
I only eat turkey, even though they don't do turkeys all that great either, but I would trust turkey more than the chicken. I never eat pork. I just try to eat foods that's naturally good for my soul and spirit, let alone my body. And my girl is a good cook as well, so we try to eat very healthy every day, because we know, like I just said, anything externally and internally is the diet.
Yes.
Like food has been known to cure cancer. Food has been known to cure a lot of diseases. It's just that, are you willing to believe it? You know, are you willing to discipline yourself to cook every night, to eat, to live? So, yeah, it definitely changed me around tremendously.
Anyway, it is dope seeing celebrities speak out about stuff like that. Yeah. Someone said it's a portal. I've seen clouds like that. There'd be some interesting clouds, like with a rainbow look in it. It's weird.
Cymatic plates give the ability to visualize sound and frequency. Every frequency has its own geometric pattern. Frequency, energy, and vibration is what molds the physical world around us. The ancients had a deep understanding of this and reflected geometry within their building. Churches were never a thing. These buildings were not used for worship, instead used for healing with frequency and sound. Because your body is 80% water, the frequency produced by the organs within these cathedrals would heal the people in the building. They were called organs because they healed your organs. Every word that you speak and hear, every thought that you think, and every emotion that you feel is a cymatic frequency, either benefiting you or destroying you. There was a period of time where all of the ancient healing bells were taken and destroyed. We need to rebel and rebel the buildings with these healing frequencies. Not long after this, they changed changed the standard music tuning to A440 Hz, which is hurtful to the brain and our cells. This is why I stay far away from Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube for music. Cymatic plate.
Yeah, they had to change it up because that stuff would be healing our bodies and stuff. It probably wouldn't be as many diseases. That's crazy, though. Is this the build? How them buildings was built too, though? Bro, who did that? Like that, they really had some time on their hands for real when they was building them. Nah, this was shocking.
Some of these souls that's coming through these wombs be activated. No, seriously, on some Rising Dion type shit. Every time this little boy put his hand up to this light bulb,
how you doing that?
it activates it, turn on. Even proving it with everybody else, they put their hand on the light bulb and it's not lighting up like his is. This really wouldn't be the first time that I seen somebody light a light bulb up with their hands. They told us we only activated a certain percentage of our minds. What if the generation that came behind us, right? The generation after us coming in tapped in. I really wouldn't be surprised if in the next couple years we start to see something like X-Men or Stranger Things. And many more movies showing us people with these superhuman abilities. Yep, we're in some strange times and they just keep getting stranger. But y'all let me know.
I ain't gonna lie, I wouldn't be surprised either. They come somebody, they more and more people just come out with superpowers. I wouldn't be surprised either.
Yo, check this out.
Welcome to the Smart City Revolution panel. We're going to discuss a very exciting topic, which is how we're going to live our lives and how we're going to work in the cities of the future.
The 15-minute cities that everyone is talking about now is the Great Reset's trendy new name for open-air prison camps. The idea is to corral everyone into neighborhoods small enough to walk from one end to the other in 15 minutes so that you'll never, ever have to leave.
Is your name listed as a stakeholder of any of the redevelopment plans regarding a smart city?
So I'm sorry, but I asked for testimony pursuant to the agenda, and there's nothing on the agenda about smart cities. And if we could also refrain from yelling.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that, and I'll provide clarification. Smart cities is everything about housing.
I do not consent to AI control. I do not consent to smart cities.
Excuse me. Okay, I appreciate your comments again. I do really need to stick to the items on the agenda.
You know what? Your agenda can kiss my ass.
While the wildfires have taken lives, there's growing concern developers are now trying to take the land.
We know very well that you guys, as the third largest stakeholders, the state, do want that land and can take it when you deem it a natural disaster.
Funny how all the common people were taken out.
Yo, check this out.
Well, seems like they really want to, I don't know, turn LA into a smart city.
A new study claims one child grows up to be better than their siblings, and it's the middle child. Firstborn children have been stereotyped to be assertive, while some consider the youngest child to be spoiled. But on a test examining personality traits, middle children scored the highest on honesty, humility, and agreeableness. So what do you think, and where do you land?
It's crazy. That's crazy, bro. Listen, as a middle child, who am I to go against the science? You know what I'm saying? As a middle child, who am I to question the scientists that have gone to school and done the studies to come out with this kind of information? Who am I? I'm just a middle child. I'm just here to look at the information, process it, and give it to y'all. Middle children, stand up. Hold on, my siblings are calling.
That is not a ringtone. Stop playing, but he playing too much, man. I mean, he got a point, though. He got a point.
They have an entire plan book for the next pandemic.
Of global catastrophe doesn't look like this. Instead, it looks like this. If anything kills over 10 million people in the next few decades, it's most likely to be
I'm sorry. I gotta say, I cannot stand this dude. I can't stand him. Like, don't you, he is in charge of Microsoft. What is you doing talking about a virus? I never understood that. My bad.
highly infectious virus rather than a war. We need to be prepared for the next pandemic. We were not prepared for COVID-19, so we need to do better, and we need to be committed to make sure all tools get out to everyone in the world. China's expertise and resources and manufacturing capacities will help us meet those needs.
The SPARS pandemic 2025 to 2028. This is on the John Hopkins website. All right. This was published in 2020. This video is only for entertainment purposes only. This video contains no medical misinformation and you should do your own research. Here's the table of contents for that handbook. Chapter 1, the SPARS outbreak begins. And as you go through the handbook, the pages look like this. It gives you like scenarios of, you know, like the pandemic has actually happened. So this newspaper article from the St. Paul Chronicle, which is from where SPARS comes from, SPAR is the St. Paul's Acute Respiratory Syndrome. So third death in a week due to unknown illness in Twin Cities. And the date here says October 17th, 2025. And they also have some fake tweets here from November 2025, the CDC instructing people. You should definitely check out this handbook if this interests you. This is just to be aware, just to keep your head on a swivel. Don't live in fear. Living in fear actually lowers your vibration, it lowers your frequency.
Indeed.
And it makes you more susceptible to illness. So they also have this catastrophic contagion tabletop exercise. Now, I do think that it is wise, given, you know, what happened with the recent pandemic, it is wise to be ready to prepare for another one. So if something happened, it wouldn't just catch you off guard. But to have a date for it, and Bill Gates did his talk 10 years ago. Hello? This exercise simulated a series of WHO Emergency Health Advisory Board meetings addressing a fictional pandemic set in the near future. You can just read the rest. It's kind of strange that they have so many dystopian 2025 films. Check out the synopsis for these films, some of them. A militant alien race launches an attack on Earth using gigantic creatures and geological disasters. Sounds great. We are in 2025. Since the appearance of C-19 in 2020, the world is no longer the same. A new system with a single world government has been put in place. The Constitution no longer exists. Christianity has been banned. Who's writing these? Another film being terrorized by a otherworldly being. This one talks about just VR taking over the whole world. Virus outbreak leads to national lockdown, martial law declared. I don't think I would ever watch any of these, but it's good to know that they exist. I claim none of this energy for 2025, but given the way that 2025 has already started and we're only on day number 5. Oh my God! Before I let you go, I will say that with Facebook, Instagram, and I'm sure Twitter increasing the number of AI users, that if something were to happen, if something were to go down, like these type of tweets would go out by those AI users to encourage people to take a new jab, to instill fear into people. These are just things to be aware of, not scared of. Anyway, keep your head on the swivel. Stay civil. They have
YouTube, this is for educational purposes only. Okay? There is no misinformation.
Yep. Well, this is such a double.
This is Chicago.
Alright, someone look.
This is weird. Weird. I'm gonna mute this. I don't know what this music's covering. I'm gonna mute it. What is that? Man. This looks so like weird and creepy.
The robbers began digging a 250-foot tunnel beneath the streets in 2005. Their destination was the Banco Central's vault. For 3 months, they dug from a rented building, posing as an artificial turf company to avoid suspicion. They broke through the bank's floor, stealing over 150 million Brazilian reals, around 70 million US dollars. The bank didn't notice until Monday, giving the robbers a clean getaway. But 2 months later, the supposed mastermind was kidnapped. His family paid a large ransom, but the kidnappers killed him anyway. Rumors spread that these kidnappers were actually corrupt police officers, and were later confirmed with arrests. The robbers began digging a...
So, imagine this for a second. You scrolling through Instagram like you normally do, just a normal day you scrolling through Instagram, and you come across your favorite artist with his nails painted, and he's wearing a dress, and his caption something like Vogue, art is an expression, and you squint your eyes, you like, wait, what? So you start thinking, oh, that's nothing. Maybe it's just a one-time thing. So you do your thing, you still scrolling on Instagram. And then you find out that it's not just a one-time thing. And it's not just your favorite rapper. It's NBA players, NFL players, even more rappers. And then it got... So, imagine this for a second.
Y'all seen the price of eggs? The prices of eggs right now is ridiculous. Ridiculous. I don't blame them. I just don't get where y'all gonna put all them eggs at. Which Earth are you on? Let's explore. Life is exclude. Whoa. That is wow. That look nice. That's dope.
We have
the
helicopter. We have some huge news. We have some huge.
Stop getting this shit here that's got pork in it, bro. You wouldn't think so, though. Get this one instead, man. This organic, healthy.
That bread is good.
Close to rocket fuel. Don't get this. Get this one instead. Any kind of Jiffy got pork in it. Don't even get this. This water is acidic, bro. Get this one instead. I still don't recommend plastic. You know, I always recommend go to a natural spring, but get this one instead if you're in Walmart. This right here is diabetes. Don't even get this. Get this one instead, man.
Dog did not even touch seedless watermelon, bro. Get the seeded one, bro. That's the healthiest one. Diabetes. If you get any of these, you asking for cancer.
Stop letting Walmart kill you, man. Peace. Stop.
We have some huge news. It was just revealed that the pilot behind the Black Hawk helicopter that crashed into the American Airlines flight was a woman pilot with 500 hours of flight time. They pointed out on this conference call that it was a female pilot behind the Black Hawk helicopter who had around 500 hours of flight time, a male instructor pilot with over 1,000 hours of flight time, and a male crew chief who also had hundreds of hours of flight time. They also said that the evaluated pilot was in control of the flight, and if an emergency had to occur, the instructor would have taken control of the helicopter. They said both pilots had flown this specific route before at night. This wasn't something new to either of them. These are our top pilots doing this national capital region. They also said that this helicopter flight along the Potomac was a routine nighttime qualification flight in which an instructor pilot tests a pilot's skills at navigating the various routes through the Washington area that are key parts of his or her mission. And to end the call, they did say that this was a very experienced group of pilots. We have some huge news. It was just revealed that
So, was this planned, or was this just an accident? Just gotta question things, you know, how things operate. But that's messed up, man. All them innocent people gone.
Do you ever think about how weird it is that we're literally living in the future? Like, when you think of the future, if you think of futuristic things, you think of like flying cars, like all this advanced, crazy technology. But we're literally living in the future. Like, think of someone from the 20s. If they were to see the cars that we're driving, this like shiny metal vehicle that speeds you around at like 50, 60 miles per hour, and you don't even have to do anything. You just sit in there and it just drives around. And now there's ones you don't even have to drive. Like, it will drive you around. You don't have to do anything. Like, we are literally living in the future. Like, it's so weird to think about that, because it's just, we're so used to it. It doesn't seem that weird. It's just normal to us. But if you like take a second to think about it and just really like stare at a car for a long time, you know, when you stare at something for a long time and you start to like not recognize it. I don't know if I'm the only one who does that, but like when you think about words for too long and it starts to be like, what even is that word? If you do that for cars, it's like, wow, we are really driving these metal futuristic machines around every day. Do you ever think about how weird it is that
They do have flying cars too. I don't think they do have flying cars. I don't. Obviously, they're not out right now, you know, but they do have it. But it is crazy that we are living in the future, man. We got self-driving cars. No one's driving it. Like, we here, man. We are here. And then another part of me feel like it doesn't feel like we're in the future. You know? Do y'all feel that way too?
So things are a little different, yeah. The sun decided to have a major hissy fit. Solar flare apocalypse, whatever you want to call it, not exactly the vibe I was going for today. People are changing, I think. Not like, unless I got a new haircut changing. It's deeper. I've heard whispers, seen some things you wouldn't believe. There's this theory bouncing around about the solar flares activating stuff inside us, like dormant DNA. I'm talking about things we never even knew were there.
I don't know if this is real, but this looks strange. Let's check this out.
This is real life, real time. This is what I'm looking at right now that's in the sky. Don't know what it is. Came out of nowhere, really. But this shit is so real. Excuse my language, but this is the real deal. I said I wasn't going to believe it till I seen it, and here it is. It's huge, you guys. I'm so far away from this thing. That thing is still huge. Oh my gosh. They not lying.
Going slow.
And it's going slow and it's just hovering. This is the real deal. It's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe what I'm seeing right now. I know y'all really can't see, but that right there that's in that sky is right there in that sky. Don't supposed to be there.
I don't know. We're like smoke in that sky, but it's interesting. All right, y'all. That's gonna do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Got something from it. I'll see you guys in the next upload, and you guys stay tuned. Peace.